Yo, America, planet Earth, what's good? This is your boy Codell, and welcome back to another episode of the Father's Gospel Podcast. You guys, I always say this, but I got a great episode today. I got the one and only Arnold Yan. Arnold, thank you, dude, for being on the show. Bro, what is going on with you is absolutely crazy, and I'm excited to share your story. We'll let you share your story with the audience. Yeah, you guys, before he introduces himself, I'm just gonna run it down real quick. Arnold Yan is a father out of Texas fighting the family courts. And beyond that, Arnold, take it away, my friend.
All right. I would say if I want to start it with my journey in the family court, I have to give you guys some background.
Please.
Before I step into the Texas court, I have zero experience dealing with the judicial system. Just like all this profiled or those kind of what they call a prototype image of Asian peoples. Normally, we are not troublemaker. So trust me,
Right.
I haven't even got a traffic ticket in the last 10 years. Not even get pulled over by police once. So
Nice.
yeah, no, I have no idea about that. And I think the focus right now is not the merits of my divorce case, because I'm not trying to relitigate and to tell you how unfair the system is. I just want to know what I have to realize the whole issues about what's going on. So why I have a very unique experience. Let me tell you, I started my court from 2021. Yeah, 2021. Right now it's almost 4 years. 2021, 2005. It was at the year end. So it's almost 4 years, a little bit, a few months. And I already have 9 judges recused in the local Fort Worth area. Fort Worth is not a small place. In Tarrant County has 3 million people.
Wait, how many judges have you had recused?
9.
9. You've had 9
Yeah.
judges recused.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, wow. Okay, I did not know that. Wow, that's impressive. Okay, please
No,
continue
no,
on.
it's not impressive. I didn't even ask him to recuse. A lot of judges don't
Right.
even want to. They don't want to touch my case.
Oh, okay.
I'm expecting to have 2 more after
Okay.
my recent incident, 2 or 3 more. Trust me, they don't want to touch that. My case become, according to one of the court observer coming to my court, he said, "Arnold, you are toxic to them right now." Everyone's starting laugh. Normally when you have a court appointed custody evaluation, they always come to the court to testify. Hey, this is what is the custody evaluation I want to do. And they start to laugh because when the custody evaluator come to the court and say, "Judge, Your Honor, I don't have any recommendation." So they just pass the shit back to the judge. Oh, God, the judge is immune in Texas. So she's free to do anything. In my case, let me tell you, the reason no judge want to do my case is now everything they started on my case, it become part of a RICO conspiracy. So they are
So is
basically
this
doing.
is this why you think is this why they say it's toxic, or is this kind of why you're speculating it's toxic, or
Yeah. You
okay,
know,
okay.
I'm not, I'm not, I'm not in the family court because I want to have remedy of my divorce case. I'm not in the family court because I want to have better custody, no child support, or the assets division. No. Right after I started my family court in 2021, and uh, the first hearing was December, but around October 2022, my opposing counsel and my counsel already come to a table with an offer on the table, said, "Here's the deal. You got a primary custody, 75% of custody. You got a house, and you don't have to pay child support fee. Take the deal. Sign it." Father normally hardly have that kind of primary custody, no child support fee, and you occupy the house in Texas. Almost like a lighting, okay? They don't give you for free.
Yeah,
So
almost
why?
nowhere. Yeah.
Nowhere, right? Nowhere, okay? Okay, let me tell you. I'm the one saying no. I say no, I want to choose. I want to discover there's something else ongoing. I know there's something else ongoing. It's the fraud upon the court. They have secretly entered several orders into my case with modification. My lawyer didn't tell me. My lawyer even told me in one of the emails, say, I did not sign the order. Later, I find out his signature was there. Why he tell me he didn't sign the order? Because they modified the court order several times.
So are you saying they were kind of trying to manipulate you in a way to where they were going to give you custody, but in return, they were basically going to take all your assets, your house, and all that
It
stuff?
was not. They committed crime, fraud upon the court. And when
Right.
they offered me a settlement, their
Yeah.
original plan was to using settlement. So because in the settlement, they can put the language saying both parties waived the appeal. So basically everything will be buried under the carpets if you sign the settlement agreement. It's considered as a
Right.
contract. No law will be above the contracts. If we agreed with the contractor, all the legal remedy will be gone. The lawyer at that time already commits the crime, aggravated perjury, and obstruction of justice by making the alternation of the court order several times without my knowledge. I already smell something fishy, so I said, no, I want a discovery. The moment I said that, the lawyer didn't say anything. He just said, come to my office tomorrow. Well, let's discuss. Okay. He didn't say anything. He didn't say yes or no. He just say, I say, I know, I want a discovery. Oh, I say, I want a discovery. I want to know what's
Now,
going on.
was this your lawyer or the opposing lawyer?
My lawyer,
Okay.
my lawyer. See, what's fishy is that he said, come to the office. We will discuss about this offer. The moment I walk into the office, he already have a withdrawal at front of him. He said, signed, I'm out. I said, why? I come here to talk about the settlement term. I didn't know you want to withdraw. He just said, signed, I'm out. I said, I'm not going to sign it. Then the moment I left the office, I said, I'm not going to sign it. I'm still driving on the way back. He already filed to the court to say he's withdrawing.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Why? Why?
Yeah.
A lawyer is
Yeah.
supposed to work for you. Why your lawyer withdrawing when you just say, I don't want to agree with the term. I want a
Yeah.
discovery. What he's afraid of? Later, I find out he worked with opposing counsel, stole my
Course.
pension fund, and using the alternate the court order. So opposing counsel's name, I'm gonna name none. I'm gonna new name calling. Is South Lake lawyer Leslie Barrow. My
Leslie Barrel. And
Leslie
so you're
Barrow.
saying they stole your pension fund. How the heck did they do this? Can you explain that a little bit more? Because that's crazy.
This is a crazy law. They never told anybody in Texas. They have been doing that. They have been stealing pension fund for decades statewide. That is the whole thing. This is 2022. Why I was arrested, why everything happened to me afterwards, completely is a conspiracy. But let's talk about the law first.
Okay.
Federal has a law which is very unique above every law. From every federal law, you don't see this provision, this clause. They call ERISA fund. ERISA, E-R-I-S-A, ERISA Fund Act. ERISA
Okay.
Act basically said this law is to protect every employee pension fund. No state law above me. This is one of the highest federal law. I don't allow any. There are two clauses. One is called anti-alienation. Another is called preemption. You know preemption?
I know. Explain it. I kind of
So
know,
basically,
but please
my
explain
law
it.
is my law is above every state law first. Okay? It's
Okay.
called. Then the second one called anti-alienation say no any law can alter any words on this law. You cannot do anything. This law is so fixed that nobody can change that. So that law is very high. Is considered actually this law is actually one of the few law penetrate the state immunity because it already says above every state law. So your state cannot break the law coming to me say I'm immune from the damage. There were
So
already
this is
case
a
law.
federal law that you're talking about, and a
Yeah,
high federal law. It sounds
very
like.
high federal law because this
Uh,
two express language basically say I'm above everything. State cannot change. Even state family court, they already have a bunch of ruling. This not even state family court can change that law. I'm telling you, there's one case law, you will be amazed of that. There's one guy, he did a crime, commit crime, laundering money or drug things. There's a
is
syndicate,
this
whatever.
another attorney or who is this person?
No.
If you
I'm just trying to tell you, I'm telling you how high this law is above any state law.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you a case law story. There's somebody committed crime. They laundered all illegal money into the pension fund. They laundered all the money go to pension fund. So when the state try to prosecute, say, I want to get the money out because that's illegal income. the federal government, federal court say, sorry about that law says no anti-alienation and no state law above that. Even it's illegal, once it's in, you cannot get out. Sorry about that. Try to abstract money out even for illegal income. He just said there's no language allow that. I cannot change that. It's it. So that law is so fixed to say any money goes to pension fund cannot be get out. No law can allow you to throw money out, except very few language provided in the law.
Okay.
There's law. So if it's not in that law, you cannot get the money out, regardless of what. You can't even add additional law, whatever things. No, not going to work. No state can do all the legislation to put any language to get the money out from pension fund, unless the ERISA Act expressly have the language. The only language they said is you can get the money out for child support and sponsor support after you divorced.
Okay, so it sounds like then you were able to use this language to your advantage, and am I correct?
No, that is the federal law said. I need to combine this with other law. But they said the only way to get the pension fund out in a divorce case is you are allowed to pay child support or sponsor support after, remember the keywords, after divorce.
Okay.
After is a very few after divorce. Okay. Then combined with this one, there's a criminal code. They said anyone's unlawful abstract money from pension fund is a crime. 18 USC 664. So first say you cannot get the money out unless I say so. Second, if you ever unlawfully get the money out for anyone's use, any money, even $1, anyone's use is 18 USC 664. So these two things putting together give absolutely protection of employee pension fund at the federal level. And 18 USC 664 is one of the RICO Act in the RICO law.
Okay.
Act. So if you do that, racketeering.
Yeah, you're getting into some deep territory right there.
Yeah, racketeering, no problem. I'm telling you, racketeering law does not immune state government at all. So any state agency, even federal agency, police, DAs, court, anyone can be allocated as a racketeering enterprise. They call RICO enterprise. This is in the case. Even President Trump was charged by RICO. Remember that in Georgia?
Yeah,
so Racketeering Act has no immune on any character in this country. So you touch that, you are in. It's a red zone. You step in, you're out. You just completed, done.
Yeah, RICO's like a very wide. I mean, it's
RICO is so wide
net, right?
You step in, nobody is immune. Nobody is immune. It's so wide. So don't touch RICO. RICO is very dangerous. No, RICO conspiracy is even wide. RICO conspiracy say you can do a normal things, even if they call regular things, but as long as you are doing damage control, concealment, you consider as conspire to RICO.
Yeah.
RICO is already very broad. RICO conspiracy say, even you are doing anything legal, if the whole purpose, keep the whole RICO ongoing, you're conspire to RICO. And they said, that's also in the case law. Once you are in the RICO conspiracy, there's only two ways can consider you are out. Only two ways. Yeah. If you're a conspirator, they consider you always stay there, unless there are two ways. Either you report to law enforcement, or you affirmatively say, I'm out. If you cannot provide affirmative confirmation, say, I'm out, or you don't report to law enforcement, they consider you a RICO conspirator forever.
What would be confirmed confirmation? I think I know, but can you clarify that for me?
You have to prove evidence, say, I'm out.
Okay.
If you're in, you have to prove evidence, say, any letter, any written, anything, you have affirmatively out. It's not say, oh, assume I'm out, or I just. So basically, if you go to somewhere to stay 5 years, you are keep distance, they are not considered as affirmatively out. It's indirectly distance, but it's not even considered as out. So RICO is also already very broad by federal Supreme Court ruling. RICO conspiracy is even more broad. They say even you do something very normal, considered as legal.
So I never knew this, so you just said this. So there's a difference between RICO and RICO conspiracy. Those are okay, because
RICO is 1962 A, B, and C. RICO conspiracy is D. So the RICO conspiracy is very, very broad.
Okay. Because I just, to me, I learned about RICO way back in the day through the Rudy Giuliani mafia stuff, back in the 90s, so a long time ago. But okay, cool. Yeah, I did not know that. Okay.
So
Wow.
basically, if you are doing any RICO predicate act was defined by 1962 and 1961. If you do anything for doing that, it's just like I consider is like a chewing gun, sticky chewing gun. If you stick on your clothes, it just never get off.
Right. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut it out. So
Yeah. So when they touch the pension fund, okay, now we talk about unlawfully abstracted money. The key
okay.
words is before and after divorce, because they only allow you to get the money out to after the divorce. They don't allow you pay legal fee and attorney fee.
Why?
But
Can you explain that? Like, do you know why?
because it's anti-alienation provision in the ERISA Act. Remember, it says I only allow you to do that after divorce to pay child support fee and spouse support fee. You cannot do any other purpose. It's called
Okay.
anti-alienation.
Okay.
Any other purpose is become alienation, depart from the original purpose. So if you do that for any other purpose, it's illegal, banned
Mm.
by the law. So what they have done in the Texas court in the last few decades, statewide, they have been withdrawing, abstracting the money using court order to force people to withdraw money, abstract money out to pay legal fee and before the divorce. See, they cross two lines. First,
So
before
out
the
of
divorce.
their pension, man, they're draining their pensions to take their legal fees. They're forcing
Yeah.
them to do that. Wow.
Remember, you read 18 USC say unlawful abstract money for anyone's use. So who use that? Lawyer use that. Lawful, unlawful, because before divorce, can they allow to pay legal fee? They are not. So this become like I call it's like Enron site scandal too big to fail. So how many people are pissed off right now by making this lawsuit? I
Yeah.
think I'm
Yeah.
pissed
You're
off.
definitely ruffling feathers doing that. But, I mean, I keep saying right now, I don't care where you live. We're living in a time we need to ruffle some damn feathers because we've allowed this corruption in general just all over to get out of control for way too long.
So
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 let's
so
ruffle feathers.
so can you imagine how much money they have unlawfully abstract from the pension fund in the last decade statewide? How much? Million or
I'm
billion?
gonna guess. I'm gonna guess at least in the billions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what's their solution? Do they fix the problem or they fix me?
Yeah,
Which is it more?
well, they're gonna try to fix you because they don't want to admit to the problem, because they're the government. Yeah, no, that's crazy. So, are we talking about like hundreds of billions, or like do you kind of have a general? Man, I just yeah,
Right
okay,
now in my hands, I already have 10 order from different court across Texas court in the last 10 years. I already have 10 order. Withdraw money, right now in my hands is already more than $1 million. This 10 order.
that's crazy.
Already million. I'm talking about you have thousands, 10,000, 100,000 behind that. So what are they gonna do? They fix me or they fix the problem? It's too big to fail. They cannot afford to lose this suit. So right now, in the last 5 years, everything they did among the government official, lawyer, judge, everyone, including law enforcement, they are trying to fix me. So I'm taking all the hits right now.
Okay, yeah,
So
no,
putting me to jail last week, I mean, a few weeks ago, putting me to jail is just a beginning. I think something else is going to come in.
well,
Probably.
Arnold, hey, hold up for a second. So I have a video. Do you mind if I share the video real quick? It is of what they did to your house. It's them putting your stuff on the street. I just kind of want to share it because it just gives them a better idea of the reality of the situation that not just you are dealing with, but there's a lot of parents out there around the country that are dealing with similar stuff like this. Is that okay if I share the video?
Go ahead, shoot.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Give me a second. I got a screen share. All right. It's funny too, man. It's like I've got these questions lined up and you're pretty much answering them before I can even get to them as you go along. So absolutely killing it. Okay. Where am I at? Entrenched. Let's see. Okay. Here it is. All right, you guys. So yeah, this was what, just a couple weeks back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
February 18.
And this is at your house, correct? This is your house?
Yeah, that's my house. I was already in the jail on February 18.
Okay, and so before we watch the video, can you just give them give the people a quick rundown of this day right here? Because correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the same day you were arrested, right?
Yeah, on February 18th, I was drive to drop off my kids in the school, and I dropped her off, and my kids was living with me. Um, I'm the sole custody of my kids during that times. My ex already left US and went back, China to see her parents.
Okay.
She was out for a few weeks, so I was the sole custody and to take care of my kids. And actually, it was Tuesday morning and Monday evening, and she actually asked me to drop her off at the airport with my girl. So I just did a favor because she don't want to park the car at the airport for a few weeks, gonna cost a lot. And she said it's okay. Then I just drove her off at the airport and coming, put my girl to bed. And in the morning, Tuesday morning, I sent my kids to the school. That is the time the police start to following me, and there's 3 police car following me, and 6 gun pointed at my head. You know, it was quite as scary
And
because I never
where did they arrest you at? Where'd this all go down at? I mean, where
about half mile away from the school after I drop off my kids. They're already starting to follow me. Once I leave the school, I believe they're already a car follow me. What I didn't know is they have a pocket warrant issued against me, pocket warrant, and they don't have to tell you. It's a secret. Once they see me, they started to arrest me. And I put into jail. When I was put into jail, I was being handed over a writ of possession, which telling me my house has been possessed by somebody. They never even named that. On the writ of possession, there's no name on that. So this is another gray, not even gray area. They did that intentionally. It's
yeah.
unlawful. So I don't know what kind of the provision gives them the power to do so if they don't put any name or any cost on that. So only after I'm being released, I went to check the court docket. I find out they use the Texas property code 71.107, which is the deceased man provision. I called the constable after that.
Deceased, who like, how can they use I mean, I, have no idea what's going on, but it sounds no one's deceased, so how the heck did they use that?
In Texas law, of course, you cannot seize anybody's property, right? If I don't do anything wrong, you cannot seize my government cannot come to seize my property. But only one exception was which is allowed when somebody died. There's no children to inherit the whole property. The property is considered as abandoned. So this is all like abandoned property law. So you died, you abandoned. The government will come over, took over the title, then issue a judgment. Hold on, issue a judgment, then issue a writ of possession. Then they will post that on the property for 2 weeks, let people know. So we're gonna take over. So there's 2 weeks notification time. After that, they will break into the house to take over. But I was served on this deceased man abandoned property possession order on Tuesday morning at about 10 o'clock. And at 11 o'clock, my house already broke in. Everything they just throw on the street.
Yeah, again though, I mean, because you're not dead, so who who are they claiming that is dead so they
No, no,
can
no.
do this?
It's not I'm not dead because by law there's no any legal vehicle for them to possess anyone's property. So they
Okay.
have to borrow that law. They have to use that law.
Oh,
Otherwise they cannot even issue that. There's no vehicle for them to go ahead and go. And also to to invoke that process, there are 2 things they have to do. They need to obtain a judgment. They need to also have to obtain the title, which they never have the title. After that, they can issue a writ of possession. After that, they can put a notice. Then after that, they can break into my room. None of them has happened. So it's like it's illegal from left and right. Of course, they don't even have to follow any law because they
yeah, that's
already
fair.
it's entire thing is a conspiracy against me.
I've never heard. All right, I'm gonna play this video real quick. You guys, once again, this is Arnold's house, man. This all happened the same day he was arrested. I mean, this. Let's just watch this. All right, and I just want to say this too, like Texas, what the heck is going on? I mean, you guys are supposed to be a family-oriented, family value conservative state, and trust me, I've done my research. I mean, this is an issue all over the country, but Texas, like this is, yeah, yeah, you guys, like, trust me, Washington's no better. I'm just saying, like, this is going on in Texas. Like, this is not cool. So, Yeah, yeah. I mean, wow, Arnold. Yeah, dude. Anything you want to say to that?
I don't want to say anything because
No.
all I
Okay.
want to say is I mean, my kids have lost everything. That's it. That's what they did. I believe the whole purpose is to break me down, put me down because of what I've been done to them in the life. Okay, let me tell you, this whole things, I put all the things, I'm not trying to make up some story, okay? I put all the events and I even let AI to help me. I say, hey, I tell you this is what happened. Tell me this is not conspiracy. AI say, no, this is conspiracy.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, let me tell you, once I starting to sue these people, actually I put a criminal complaint on the person who actually modification the court order try to get actually they already get pension money out of their pockets. I put a criminal complaint. I walk into the local sheriff and the DA office. I said, this is what they did. They altered the court order. They modified that. They did all kind of illegal things. They swore in. They swore in under oath. Say this is true, but I tell you, show you this is not true. It's fake. It's false. The local sheriff in the CID Criminal Investigation Division, and there was a sergeant, and he shouted at me. He said, in this office, there's no future business to do with you. Don't ever come to us again.
Yeah.
I have the audio recording. He said, don't ever come to us again. We don't have any business to do with you.
Makes
After
me
I come,
sad, dude. It makes me sad
no, 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 no.
because, yeah.
After I come to make allegation that lawyer has committed perjury, aggravated perjury, which is third-degree felony, and took the money out of my pension. He said, there's no future business to do with you. Hold up. This is what sergeant told me in the criminal investigation. That's the same person right now want to put him into jail. Local DA office issued a letter to me say, okay, we have a policy. We do not prosecute perjury unless the judge agree to do so. Only judge can come to us and say, we have a perjury. You come to us, we just don't give you damn shit about that. Okay? Then I gave it to the judge. I went to the judge. I'm going to name calling the judge. Cynthia Terry, 325th Court. I show him the original order, the judge has rendered. I show him the modified one. I say, has this one been altered? He looked at me, lied through her teeth. She looked at me, lied through her teeth. She said, they are exactly same. Let me tell you, my friends, if something has been altered that does not need any legal knowledge to tell, you just look at that, you will know the two paper, are they changed or not? I'll give you two check. It say, if this check are altered or not, you don't need a legal knowledge. You just look at that, you will know. If name is changed, amount is changed, anything other field is changed, is modified. The two things has been modified at first. Not only that,
Right.
okay, because the judge's original order was me gonna withdraw $50,000 to pay legal fee. Me ordered me to pay $50,000 legal fee.
Bro,
Okay, hold on,
oh my gosh.
hold on, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, please.
That's the main alternation because that one is facially contradicted to the federal law. Remember, I told you you cannot get the money out to pay legal fee, right?
Right.
So the lawyer went back, order to the judge ordered a sponsor support $25,000 to my ex. Remember, payee has been changed. Original payee is me. Amount has been changed, $50,000 to $25,000. The purpose of the order has been changed from legal fee to sponsor support. You look
Oh,
at
wow.
my whole dockets. There's no order ever said it has been ordered to pay sponsor support. Only that lawyer entered the one.
Okay,
As the one.
Arnold, can I ask you this? Is I'm not laughing because it's funny, but it's just it's crazy. Is this the attorney that your wife hired? Like
Yes,
in this whole
Leslie
case?
Barrow. Leslie Barrow. Right now, she just won the election to become the new judge in our county.
Lord. Okay,
Oh
and
Lord.
yeah. And
People
how
keep
does your
yeah.
how does
I'm
I mean what if and you obviously you don't have to answer this. But what's your wife think about all this now? I mean, what's going
no,
on with
no,
her in her
first,
head?
no. So I have an affidavit from my ex testify saying she went to the court, judge ordered legal fee. It becomes sponsor support. She actually paid legal fee using that. So the whole purpose was faked, right? Sponsor support actually went to the lawyer's pockets, and she has no idea I didn't got $25,000. The lawyer never told her. So she basically said, I'm out. I don't know anything about that. The
So
lawyer,
you and your ex-wife were supposed to get 25,000 each? That was okay, okay, okay. That's crazy, man. Oh, wow.
so
Wow.
it turned out only she got a 25. I never got a 25. Remember, I cannot get a 25. The only reason is there's no spouse support fee for me. They have to fake a spouse support to her. Okay?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? You know what's the real truth I discovered? They faked two sponsor support to her. Instead of $50,000, both lawyers work together. They make the two $25,000 to her, so both can get each. So my lawyer will get 25 and her. So this is the scene behind the scene. Now you can remember why my lawyer quit,
Yeah.
because there's another
Yeah.
25,000 somewhere, and he
Yeah.
did not want me to know. Actually, I find out 2 years later there's another $25,000 somewhere.
Yeah. Sounds like some collusion, man. That's
It is.
crazy.
Oh no. Do you know what's the collusion parts? I had an email from
Okay.
opposing counsel Leslie Barrow to my lawyer William Pick. I have an email. In the email, Leslie Barrows is telling William Pick, in order for us to obtain the legal fee, we have to say it is for sponsor support. There's no way around it. So that's my evidence, smoking gun evidence.
Yeah, and they don't wanna look at that. I'm sure they're trying to hear no evil, see no evil. Like, it's like, no, you guys. Yeah, of course.
I don't see anything. In the entire in his ruling to dismiss me, he never mentioned pension fund. He never mentioned ERISA law. He just like, I don't see it. I don't see it. In the whole ruling, he never mentioned that. I have 50 times mentioned ERISA fund, the pension fund in my complaint pleading. In the final ruling judgment, that fund pension is not even shown once. Do you know how he evaded to mention a key law, which is ERISA fund, right? Only have this above law. He didn't even mention this law at all. Do you know how he hid that? He said Mr. Yan come to court, said he is not happy with a judgment which is reward sponsor support from certain fund. Certain fund. Why you use the word certain fund? I never say the word certain fund.
Yeah, and I mean, what is certain fun? That just sounds like vague language to me. Am I
Yeah.
correct?
Judge is not supposed to using that language. That is
Yeah.
a very carefully chosen words to
Right.
avoid the whole
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, my friend Kyle's driven that in my head. It's very important, the words that you use, like shell, yeah, so,
You know,
man,
he
okay.
carefully avoid the key words to trigger the key law.
Right,
Okay?
right.
Hold
Arnold,
on.
I gotta ask you this, okay?
Yes. Mhm.
Has your wife said, "I'm really sorry for all this"?
No, she didn't say anything. Come on. She just
Okay.
wanted more money. Come on. If you can figure a lot of money, you're happy for that. So so he dismissed my whole case.
Okay,
Even at the time I told him you cannot dismiss the case, there's a legal error for dismissal. He said, nope, I'm going to dismiss you anyway. Go to appellate court. His original plan is nobody going to survive the appellate court because appellate court has different procedure in the federal Fifth Circuit of Appeal. So I
right,
went to appeal. I have about 200 to 400 page appellate brief filed against the opposing counsel. I got a 12 opposing counsel in my case, 12,
okay,
including TA. It's from 2023 to 2025. It's about 2024 to 2025. It's about almost 18 months stayed in appellate court. Fifth Circuit said the case remanded back to you have legal error. Fifth Circuit just say you have legal error, go back, redo it. So I
oh,
have my
so
yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
that sounds good. Yeah.
No. Listen, how many people went to the federal circuit can get pro se against the 12 lawyer and the whole case kicked back?
Actually, I only know one other person besides you, and that's my brother Kyle. He's successfully has gotten his case into the, I think, Ninth Circuit is what it is right now or something like that. So he's preparing for that right now. Dude, that's
No,
impressive
you
because
to
most
pay for that.
attorneys.
How many people you know have 12 lawyer get a case kicked back after
Yeah,
18 months sitting there, right?
yeah, yeah,
I'm facing my defendant, including State Bar of Texas, a DA, local DA office. You talk about probably the best lawyer you can not even private firm, right? Anyway, so I got a case kickback in October 2025, which is last year, 3 months ago,
Okay.
almost 5 months ago, right? So I put an amendment complaint saying I want to add a few defendant because my case has been kicking to them since 2024, right? Later, I find out there's some other things ongoing. So I have some other facts like the second $25,000 and all kind of conspiracy thing. And they have done a lot of cover up during that period.
Yeah.
The state court
Dirty
keep on purging.
bastards.
Keep on purging me. The state court has been kept on purging me with all the records. I even have district clerk purging my court records in my case. They keep on purging me. They do all the things to try to make sure everything got covered in the state court. Meanwhile, the federal court judge tried to purge me as well. So I got a whole case come back. So I make amended a complaint, added a few additional defendants in, okay?
Okay.
Which people try to do the damage control. I told you, right? If you are conspiring to do damage control or concealment, it's RICO conspiracy. So add all the people in. The whole thing has been filed on December 30. Timing is very important. December 30, 2025.
Okay.
I can't remember December 30 or December 3. I can't remember that. Hold on. It has been pending in the federal court. They don't want to rule at all.
Right. Yeah.
They don't want to rule at all. Then on January 22, they issued the arrest warrant on me, the pocket warrant on me. Then on February 18, I get arrested. Hold on. I let you think about if this is a coordinated event or this is coincident. Okay. On February 18, I got arrested. On February 19, the federal court issued a new order, dismissed my new complaint.
Yeah, it's obviously coordinated. I mean, I'm just saying, like, to me, it's very easy in general, not just with your story, but just to connect these bigger dots. It's kind of like what you're doing. It's exactly what you're doing. You're connecting these bigger dots, which lead to these trails, and it's just, yeah.
If you want to deny somebody, you only need to say no. You don't need to spend a lot of words. If you want to support that, you need to have a lot of opinion. Deny, just no. So why they did not deny me in December? Why did not deny me in January? Why did not deny me in whole February? Only one day after I got arrested, he denied me. Do you know why? If I'm still in the jail for this deny, I got 14 days to file an objection. If I don't file objection to expressly object to what the deny is, they have to express it. My whole case got to kick it out. Done deal. Because you don't object, you waive it. Basically, you admit everything. Your case is finished.
Yeah, they're trying to they're basically trying to strip away as much time from you as they possibly can in hopes that you're not able to respond. Like, yeah,
They took my house. Everything got destroyed. They took my kids probably that day might go to CPS. I'm in the jail. How am I gonna defend myself in federal case for this deny within 14 days? They
now,
took
Arnold,
all my
is your daughter still with you, if you don't mind me asking?
No, my daughter right now is not with me. One of my friends has been taking care of her. I mean, during the time right now because I'm homeless. I don't have any capacity to take care of my girl in this place. So some friends was taking care of that. But that's a sideline story.
Good.
I'm just trying to tell you, the whole thing is coordinated. Okay, they want to make sure I lose my computer, my house, everything. And the second day they strike me down, put an objection. It's a RICO suit. Remember that it's a Enron scandal, $1 billion RICO suit. They have to fix me. Unfortunately, I have a lot of local friends know this whole thing. They bond me out. I don't have any money in the court, right? They bond them out immediately. I was able to file my objection back to the court in time. I was able to file. Not only that, I filed a recusal to the judge. I say, I knew you are connected with those people. I recuse you. And
well, you've been getting a lot of support, and you deserve the support you get because you've been working your ass off. So, yeah, please continue on.
That judge do not want tango with me. Second day, he recused. That is the nice judge recused in my case. He recused.
So it's like, it's too many. It's like, eventually there's got to be some judge out there that's going to have to take on the case. So, yeah, man.
I don't know. I don't trust any local judge right now.
Yeah, no, as you shouldn't. I mean, honestly, I just think overall and I don't want to go like too deep down the rabbit hole, but basically to me, everything we have experienced, especially since the COVID stuff, I just don't trust. I didn't trust it before, and I just don't trust any of it at all since.
I explained everything closely to determine if it's unlawful or lawful. If the timing is, did you get your money out of pension before or after divorce? have 10 court order in my hands involving different court, different county in the last 10 years. They are abstracting pension money out of to pay legal fee before the divorce. That meet every element of 18 USC 664, unlawful abstract money to anyone's use. So if we have that much money in my own hands, if I do a full discovery, how many court order I can find out, how much money they have court took it, can they afford to lose this case? They cannot. They don't want to lose this case. They want to
All
fix
right.
me.
I want them to lose the case.
I know I'm free on the street, but you never know, right? If they cannot jail me, you never know what's going to happen to me. You never
Right.
even know you're going to see me 3 months later because they already give a deceased man provision to take my property. Maybe 3 months later, I'm truly deceased at all. I don't know. But I'm not going to
Arnold,
stop.
hold up. Dear Heavenly Father, please make sure that these courts that are trying to cover this up lose this case. It would be absolutely beautiful. All right. Yeah, please continue on.
Amen. No, we'll see. We'll see that. But I have preserved everything. All my court order I have in my hands.
Yeah.
All this connection, all this out of the court order, all this email collusion say, in order for us to obtain the fee, we have to say it's sponsor support. All this collusion, all this evidence, I have already uploaded to my court case in the federal dockets. So if somebody look at my federal case dockets, they will find out this evidence. I presented that clearly. Okay.
Okay, so what's your next move then? Because it sounds like the court basically kind of pointed you to where you need to go. So, well, yeah, what's your next move?
My next move is continue my legal fighting.
Okay.
Continue
Yeah.
my legal fighting.
Yeah.
I have make sure every fighting I put is very tightened, and so it's like CNN, right? If they hold the microphone, you will never heard anything disfavor their taste, right? If the
Right. Yeah.
right, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. If
Yeah.
they have the TV news anchor talk about something, and he will never say anything, or the host or talking show host, they will never say anything against them. So if you go to the court, they will never rule anything against their own interest. Now I'm expecting something really against their own interest. So
Okay.
that's the reason they want to take my home, because they knew if they make you financially broken down, you cannot pursue any civil case right now. I'm
Right.
filing with unlimited fund, unlimited lawyer resource right now. I'm
Well,
telling
you
you,
know what?
they'll-
Arnold, what they don't realize too is maybe they do, they just don't want to admit it yet, is everything's changing with AI emerging. It's leveling the playing field. And what's gonna eventually happen, and it's already happening, is more and more dads like yourself. I'm doing it. I know other dads. More and more of us are wising up and we're learning the laws. And with AI, it makes it easier than freaking ever. And these attorneys and a lot of these people, they don't realize it. Like, they might be going the way of the dinosaurs, to a certain
no,
extent.
no,
So
AI. Let me make my point clear. AI is effective to detect the lie from judge's
yep,
ruling, right?
yep,
Judge, okay. From my experience, I can tell you 90% of judges are lying in this country. 90% of judges are lying. They
yep,
basically say something. Normal people would say, if I walk into the court, right? If I can prove 1+1, I say, judge, the result is 2. Give me the justice. I show you 1+1.
right.
Engineer mind. Just like me, I'm an engineer. Engineer mind. 2+2, I go to the judge. Can you tell me the result is 4, right? I'm telling you, the judge's order is not like that. The judge's order is fair only when you don't touch their own interest. When you
Yep,
touch their own interest, their friend's interest, their fellow's interest, their colleague, co-worker, other judge's interest, other lawyer's interest, they will do a ruling. Just like when I go in to say I have pension fund been stolen, he will say it's a certain fund. Do you know what that means? You go to court, you say 2+1, 2+2 is 4. Please give me the result of 4. He will put in the court opinion, said, Mr. Yang coming to say elephant can swim. There's no way elephant can swim, so his case got dismissed. Nobody will look at my pleading say, did Mr. Yang coming to say elephant can swim? But if you look at the opinion, everything looking very right on the face. Mr.
right.
Yang, if he to say elephant can swim, he's an idiot. So his case is out. Even thought I never pleaded for that. The same thing. I came to the court to say I have done to make a modification on the court order, alter that, forged them one, changed from the legal fee to sponsor support to steal money from Arisa pension fund. This is my injury. I need a remedy. If you look at the judge's order, he never mentioned Arisa fund, pension fund. He never mentioned the court order has been altered.
Well, and it goes
Nothing.
back to what you were saying a minute ago and what you've been saying. They're trying to grind you down. They're trying to wear you out. This is what they try to do to anyone that really goes up against the system. They basically try to make sure they exhaust all your resources to the point where
If
they
they
hope
cannot,
you give up.
if they cannot,
Ye
they take your house. They keep make you homeless. They think you can
Yeah,
break you down. They are
yeah.
purging my court order. They are using the judgment rendition. Never even mention I have alleged the fraud upon the court. Court order has been altered. The judge in the court lies through the teeth, say they are exactly the same. They did all kind of maneuver, try to slaughter me. Okay, but I'm still here alive.
Yeah. Well, Arnold, let me ask you this. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, but you are I only came across one video, but you originally from China?
Yeah, I'm original from China. Yes.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, can you tell me, do you see any similarities in the way that our system's operating versus the way, the Chinese communist system's operating? Because, I would like to hear it from someone that has experienced both systems.
Good question. Yes, very similar. Very similar. Pretty much going to the same destination right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
There's
in
some
what ways?
in what way, right? There's propaganda about Americans' description of communism over here, stuff like that. Both sides, each side has propaganda. Okay. Let me tell you, those peoples who say Chinese is a communist country, I'm telling you, the peoples in the party of communism parties, they don't believe communism at all. For them, it's their snake oil they try to sell people to make people to believe so they can establish the power. They have to
This
sell you
always
something.
comes down to power, right? Yeah.
Is there
Right.
any similarity?
Yeah.
They don't believe in that
Yeah.
at all. They just try to sell you something, okay?
Right.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
They don't
If
believe
it
that. Trust
works,
me.
yeah.
They worship power, wealth, everything privilege, everything they can obtain through the established system. That's what they really like. They try to keep so their whole purpose is to keep everything stable, okay? Okay. Remember that when they say all kind of I don't know what they call that, the Black Lives Matter. Do you remember their
Yeah.
series?
BLM,
Whatever. Okay. Okay.
Antifa,
Do you remember
Me
that?
Too.
No,
Yeah.
okay, no. Do you remember there was a series they tried to promote, which they consider it a communism series, say oppress and being oppressed, oppressor and being oppressed. Remember that?
Yeah,
This
yeah,
kind of
yeah, that yeah. I mean,
this
I've
okay.
dealt with
We are being
yeah.
oppressed and there's oppression and this country I gotta do a rise up to right. Okay, I'm telling you, they call that a communism theory, but they don't even okay. This same theory is not even being selling in China right now. They don't even say there's oppression and being oppressed in China anymore. Do you know why?
Why?
Do you know why?
Tell me.
Do you believe they don't sell this theory? First of all, do you believe in China the communism they don't sell this theory anymore? Do you believe I'm telling you truth or lie?
I
Have you
mean,
heard any?
I believe you're telling me the truth. I haven't looked into it, but I believe you're telling me the truth.
Okay, in 1949, when communist parties tried to take over the power in China, they do sell this to everyone. They said, you are the being oppressed. Then the government, which they try to overthrow, is the oppressor. Let's uprise, throw them out. They sell that. They sell this series for many decades, being oppressor. Then suddenly, I think it's around the 1980s, they start to realize we cannot sell this snake oil anymore. Do you know why?
Because people
Someone
just finally woke up
No,
to
no,
it.
no,
They're
no, no, no,
like,
no, no,
no,
no.
no.
Someone come to the leadership and say, "Hey, you know what? Now who's the establishment leader? We are the one. So are we going to try to tell them they are being oppressed? Then if they are being oppressed in our well-established system, then who is the oppressor? Are
Yeah,
you talking about
right.
us?
Yeah, it
No, we
makes
don't
no
want to
sense.
say that anymore. We cannot
Yeah,
tell them they are being oppressed because we become oppressor right now because we are the ruler. So
yeah.
they remove that series from their textbook. They don't
Well,
sell that.
what's funny is, man, I came across this really old Chinese propaganda video, and it was back from the 40s or 50s or something like that, and it was literally it was feminist propaganda, very similar to a lot of the woke feminist propaganda that I see here, and it was just like it was fascinating. I was like, "Oh,
No, no,
okay."
they
Yeah,
they, they cannot sell uprising series anymore because if they sell uprising, the people's being uprising, then who's gonna they gonna against? The one
right.
who has power. So who has power in China right now? They don't want people uprising, okay? So they try to say, let's develop an economy. Everyone has a better life, which is the one. They try to sell a different snake oil, focus on economic growth. Forget about all
Yeah,
uprising series or oppression series. They say, leave it alone, okay? So from 1980s, they shifted their focus. So does that make sense? For them, if you are the rule,
totally, totally. I mean, yeah, it's game theory. They're thinking, they're trying to think years ahead. I mean, it makes total sense. Like,
yeah,
if you're a power structure, you've got to plan years. You've got to be able to see years in advance if you want to survive.
yeah.
So,
The power
yeah,
structure is like a pyramid, right? Structure. If you are in the top,
right,
you don't want to sell any series, right? If you are in the
yeah,
bottom, so who's selling the whole series in the United States? The people at the bottom. But if you are at the top, you don't want it.
right,
Similarity, right? And
yeah,
also,
yeah,
if you get power, you want you don't come for getting power for nothing. You want to grow wealth. So CCP is try to grow wealth from for their own benefits. In the US, you tell me the Washington swamp, they don't want to grow wealth. They coming for
of
do anything
course,
for free.
yeah. Well, and
So
I
what
mean, it sounds harsh, but I always say this, man. Like, yes, we can complain about our politicians, all this stuff, but the American people, we've really got to look in the damn mirror because we've been so disengaged for so many decades that it's no wonder that our government has become corrupt as it is because inevitably it is up to the people. It's the people's responsibility to be engaged and keep an eye on the government because the government is humans like everybody else. And if you give too much power to anybody, most people are going to end up eventually becoming corrupt if they're given too much power. It's just
no,
that freaking
it's
simple.
just like okay. I would see the freedom of speech right now. To me, I view that it just they give you a tree to bark. Okay, that tree is very far from.
Yeah.
You can bark that for 2 nights. Who cares about? If it doesn't change
Yeah.
anything, they just let you to continue to bark. It doesn't change
Yeah.
anything, right?
Yeah.
That's a reality. And also in the communist society, you know, which come from similarity, if you try to uprise to throw the government, they will use the law enforcement and the military against you. That's what happened, in 1989, Tiananmen Square. They will use the
Right.
tanks to do that to you. So for them, they need to keep the law enforcement have the loyalty to the government. When they force the law enforcement have the loyalty to the government, to the people, to the parties, they can use that to basically put anyone they don't like into jail. So tell me, is there any similarity in US right now?
Yeah, tons of similarities. I mean, I won't go too deep into it, but like my case, so my son's he's racially mixed, half black, half white, whatever, right? His mom's super liberal, hates Trump with a passion. And since we've been in family court, it's nonstop. I'm a white supremacist. I'm racist. Like, I shouldn't be in my son's life. And it's been allowed to be used against me. COVID, you got to wear a mask. You got to take the vaccine, like all that crazy crap. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, it's been a nonstop freaking onslaught of attacks, like pretty much for the last 10 years. I mean, it's been ridiculous. But at this point, I'm just kinda numb to it, and it is what it is, and I'm like, "You know what? This is why I'm doing the podcast now. This is why I'm connecting with people like you and Garza. I'm pushing Garza's legislation out here because it's like, if we don't do something about it, this system's just going to continue on, and then we're handing this system on to the next generation of kids, and fuck, excuse my language, but I will do everything in my power to not hand this system on to the next generation of children. And I feel like it's I feel like not just me, I feel like we, the people, have a responsibility to do this, to get our freaking families back in order and getting the family courts, divorce courts cleaned out is one of the most pressing issues in this country right now that obviously people are kind of starting to wake up to, but they're still not. There's
Okay, there's something else I can talk about a communist country.
Yeah,
'Cause I
please.
do live in that for a while. I mean, I haven't seen that, but I try to be keeping distance so I can see what's the true things.
Yeah,
In China, in communist country, China, like China, I don't even call them communist country. It's just a bunch of people who want to keep their privilege, keep their
I
privilege,
agree.
it's
Yeah,
stable. A bunch of ruler. If they see somebody causing their trouble, several things they will do. First, if they can buy you out, they buy you out.
right.
It's easy. Buy you out,
Yeah,
then violence way up. Buy you out, they just keep you, give you something, so can keep you along. Say, hey, you know what? I give you some position, promotions, give you some very nice life. Try to not bugging me. If that doesn't work, someone is really say, hey, for me, it's a principle. I want to do it. There are several things they will retaliate you. They'll put you into jail. They'll make sure you lose job.
right.
If that doesn't work, some people is really, I know some people just really stand their ground. Then they will retaliate your children and your parents. They will make sure your parents lost pension, your children lost school. I have seen them do that. The children will not be registered to any school. They just don't take you. The parents will lose pension. Now become what? They will tell all your relatives, all your family, everything happened to you is because your son, your daughter, or your brother did this to us. So
Right.
because of that. So they will turn the whole family pressure to that person. Make sure
Now
he compromises.
now I know they've been doing this stuff a long time, but is this kind of been implemented? Because from what I've heard, like, I try to keep an eye on just world politics in general. Is this kind of part of their social credit system score or their social credit system?
Yeah, they have some sorting out, but that does not work very effectively at all. Because I don't
Okay.
know, maybe Chinese people are more smarter than America. I don't know. I can't say that. Because we have been ruling in the system for so long, people knew from their heart that's not the system they like. So sometimes when government force someone to retaliate somewhere else, those peoples in the law enforcement, even in the government, they will let it go. They will pretend that they are doing something, but they don't try them very hard.
Totally. Totally.
Do you understand? But
Oh,
that's I don't
yeah.
know. I don't know. American people already wake up or not. We'll see. Sometimes you shouldn't do things because it's just they
Yeah. No,
recognize.
I mean, to me, again, like I said a few minutes ago, COVID, it was the biggest example I've ever seen as American in my life that proved sadly that the majority of the population, at least for a long stretch, will do what they're told and go along to get along. I mean, like, I was living in Portland, Oregon at the time, and you couldn't go into grocery stores without wearing a mask. The police would arrest you. I mean, it was freaking crazy, and it's just like, so it just, man, I was always skeptical of just society's willpower before that. But after COVID, I'm just like, this is why there will always be the rulers and there will always be the ruled.
No,
Just-
no, no. And then if you living in a dictator world for so many years, and you really have some sort of human decent heart with you, you already knew how to deal with them. So I think sometimes I believe in there. I know how to deal with it if they want to do me. I'll give you an example. Some extreme case. If the government say you're gonna go there, he had the pistol, give to you, prosecute this guy. You really don't want to do it, right? But if you don't do, you will be punished. But you don't want
yeah.
to do that. It's against you. What are you gonna do in some extreme condition?
Yeah. You're good. Yeah. Yeah. Your,
Okay, I'm
your,
telling you,
your
in some
survival is
extreme
going to
condition,
kick in.
in
Yeah.
some extreme conditions, someone would do a way. They just don't want to do it. They will break their arm by accident. Then they go back say, sorry, I got injured. I cannot do it. Today not me.
Yeah.
They will
Yeah.
intentionally break their arm. They said, I got hurt. I'm injured. I cannot do it. I'm out.
Yeah. Well,
You
for
cannot
me,
say,
it's been interesting, a life lesson in general, just because, like, I was born, raised here in America, but, like, I've always my grandma and my grandma escaped Nazi Germany, and then my grandpa escaped the Russians and the Nazis, and they both came here to America, built a better life. So, like, I always have kinda kept them in the back of my mind as a reminder to myself that, like, don't ever trust, like, any government anywhere can do some really horrible things if it's allowed to happen, and so, but yeah.
but that story is very common during because China has been through a lot of war times. So sometimes you really have to battle with your cosize, and in, conscious, in battle with the conscious with the command. So there's a
Yeah.
wartime. seeing a lot of story. You will be ordered to do something. You know it's wrong. They
Right.
will pretend they didn't see it. They just say, I don't see it. That's it. Why? I mean, if I don't want to do the bad things, but I will go back to report. I have found nothing there.
Yeah.
But that everything to do is to try to presume. I would say the cause says cautious in your hearts, right? In American, I don't know people still following that or not. I mean, they talk about a Christian faithful, but sometimes I do believe our society has more value because I'm dealing with the court system. I would say you probably find that less morality in court among the lawyer than the regular peoples. They have been trained by the law school. Your whole purpose is to win, not for
Right.
justice. You go to
Yeah.
court, you need to win. You
And that
win, you
does
got
not work for family court and divorce court because you're just
family court
creating.
is all about a win to get. If you get a more billable hour, you just try everything to get a more
Yeah.
billable hour. That's how things to
It's
do.
crazy.
Family court is producing more millionaire than any other industry right now. But
Yeah, Ken Paxton, I was reading a few months ago, like, I think 2024 or whatever, he funded his whole entire office was funded through child support enforcement, and it was just absolutely insane. I was just like, "Man, just the amount of money that's being brought in," and I mean, not just Texas, just all over the country. I mean, hundreds of billions of freaking dollars, like, it's insane, so and people
child
like
support
you.
yeah, child
Yeah,
support is another subject probably I will address later. We already find that there's some loophole right now, but problem is there's no way we can litigate if the judge is completely sided with the government. So you can't even like I can argue 2 + 3 = 5 or not. What if the judge always say every time I'm coming, I'm arguing elephant can swim? Right? They don't want me to argue the real issue. I can bring the issue. What if the judge try to dodge the issue in their ruling? You can't even have a meaningful court if the judge try to dodge.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
always try to argue the legal issue. If I see the legal defects, I try to argue. What if their ruling has always tried to avoid that issue? They don't even reflect that. I see it. And for the worst,
right.
I see it. It's still ongoing. But the good thing is federal court is everything on the records. These people's, I would say, we the people gonna judge them.
Well,
Good.
yeah. I mean, as harsh as I've sounded at times during this conversation, I am an optimist, and I do think, in general, people are waking up, and I do think we do have a bright future ahead of us. We're just kind of living in a time right now where we've got to get things straightened out, and that it
Uh,
is what it is.
yeah,
So,
if you see my Facebook, I post a lot of poster and with the video on there.
yeah,
If you see
yeah,
those,
dude. If you don't mind me asking, what are you using for those posters? What app?
I cannot say that because that's my top secret. I cannot leak that. We
Okay.
can
I had a feeling you were gonna say that, Mystery Ann.
No, 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 no. I have a lot of secret weapon against those idiots. If if I can fight with that dozen lawyers in the court, I bet you I have a lot of very powerful things they don't know what I have. So I'm not gonna say
Yeah, no,
anything.
I love it, I love it. Let me ask you this, man, are you are you teaming up with any other parents out there? Are you combining your
Oh,
case with anyone, or
no,
what are you
I'm not.
doing?
For my litigations, I'm not team up, but we have a few litigate parents. We're doing some sort of like class action, but we're joint suit together. So we say if we have three,
Good,
4 people together with same common cause, we file the suit together. We already have one ongoing in another federal case right now regarding some sort of you know process. I don't see the judge is fair to us. I mean, from the first day we walk into the court, he already demonstrated hostile against us. But it's okay.
okay.
I,
Yeah.
I know how to do legal argument. I know how to deal with it. So
Yeah, no,
it
I mean, I've read quite a bit of your documents that you've posted, and yeah, dude, you guys, if you don't know Arnold Yan, dude, he knows his stuff, so he's not playing around with the courts, and they definitely shook the wrong beehive nest, if that's wrong,
yeah,
right, correct
so
saying,
yeah. So
but
I'll let you talk about more about how you're feeling after you do some reading because people who can spend the time reading my filings, they can see my strengths. They can see my strength.
yeah, no, you and a couple other people that I follow, man, I really got a lot of respect for just the way your guys' mind it works when it comes to the law. My brother Kyle is same theme, man. You guys are just honestly, you guys are what I call geniuses when it comes to law. So it's very impressive. Man, I mean, Jan, what's next, dude? I mean, you
Next
know,
is
there's obviously a
continue
ton
my
on your
fighting.
plate.
Yeah, I always try to continue my legal things because I have to explain to people. I try to perfect my litigation because if we make any legal errors, they will quickly dismiss us. These judges are very experienced. If their intention is kick us out of court, any legal error they spot, they will kick us
But
out.
yeah,
I
yeah,
try to not give them any flaw. So at this moment, I have to force them to lie. If I don't
yeah.
give them any defects, they have to lie through the teeth. And we can see they lie through the teeth. And I will be
You're
never.
literally saying what my friend Kyle says all the time. You've got to force them to lie because the more they lie, the more documentation they have, and it's slow. After a while, it's gonna break that dam.
uh,
Yeah,
So now they are trying something very extreme by take away my house, take away my life, and try to do that to destroy me. If that going to work, I don't know what their next movement is. I do tell you, the people I'm suing you, I'm suing right now in the Fort Worth downtown, big guys, political figure. He is actively pursuing advice from joint consult advisor from the lawyer circle. So basically, I got a team of the lawyer. He's looking. He has power, so he can trade the power. He say, "Help me, in the future, I'll help you." So they are looking a new way to fix me.
you're gonna win, Yan. I really believe it, man. You're gonna win. You've been in it for a long time. Like I said, times are changing. People are waking up, and AI is coming in, man. You know, I would love to see some type of AI app get implemented in the courts to where somehow it can, in a very quiet, polite way, shut judges down and attorneys down when they try to do some unlawful crap. I would love to see something like that installed in the courts. And then put all the documentation on the blockchain. So I don't know if you know much about blockchain, but yeah.
Judge has a lot of rulings every day. A lot of rulings never got exposed. Okay, let me tell, never got exposed. AI, the good thing about AI is AI can very quickly analyze judges' defects. Okay, I can put 100 judges ruling over there. I can tell you they have. I don't even see that legal error. I see manipulation. I
Yep.
see a trend of manipulation. My case with other people's case, which are put on there, I let them to manipulate. Eventually, time by time, that's my goal. Even when I'm doing this interview with you, you put
Yeah.
everything on the videos. You mark my words, highlight that.
I'm
We are
highlighting it, dude. I'm marking it. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. We are exposing not legal error. We are exposing the judicial manipulation. They don't misapply the law by error. They manipulate the law to fit their own needs. Everything we expose is to elude people's confidence on judiciary. When people's trust on judiciary reach certain level, there's no way they can keep judicial independence because judicial independence have to be founded based upon we trust them. If we no longer trust them, judicial independence will be gone eventually. We got to put a new mechanism to make sure they cannot predatory against us forever. We can expose them. We have new tools. We can more effectively expose them. And we are working on that right now.
Amen, dude. We're ending it right there, Arnold. Okay, we do like that was perfect. You guys, wow. Arnold, okay, before we get out of here, where can people reach you? Are you still taking donations for I mean, because I know obviously you're still dealing with the home situation and everything else. And if so, where can people donate? Let the
Yeah,
people
I'm
know.
still, I'm still, I'm still taking some donation right now because they put a big dent on my financially. When they go after me for criminal charge, I need to spend extra money for that, which is the money I don't have it. Financially, they know my situation. They try to drain me again and again, and that is the only way they can hit me down. And I just hired a lawyer and with the contract to defend my criminal charge. That's some extra money which is beyond my capacity right now.
Okay.
So if somebody wants to donate me some money and I have a Zelle account, I can receive that. Here's my phone number: 228-188-6. You can find my name. My name is Arnold Yan. Yan is always Chinese name. You won't mix with any other name. So 214-228-1886. Zell me some fund, whatever you can have right now. It help me. Financially, I'm under the water. I mean, there are a lot of people try to help me survive. But I will bring you guys victory. I'll bring you guys the exposure. And I'll bring you guys more prevailing in up court. That is my feeling with my experience. The higher the court we go, the less bias we have. Because when we leave the local circle, the higher court care more about war, less than local connection. If you are in the local community, trust me, don't expect anything.
Except a bunch of stupidity. Yeah, and corruption. Dude, no, Arnold, thank you. What I'm gonna do then too is I'll make sure I put links to your Zelle, and then also, is your GoFundMe still up?
Yeah, my GoFundMe is still up as well. Can do that.
Okay, are you okay? Are you still want people to donate there if they want to
Yeah,
donate there?
I
Is
still
that
want
still
to
good?
donate to that because
Okay,
those funds
cool.
are already drained. Trust me, those funds does not even cover my bond, my legal defense right now. It's not even half of that right now.
Okay, and I don't care. Like, I'm just gonna ask this: is there a specific number you're trying to hit, dude? Money wise, that would be really helpful.
I would need at least $13,000 to cover
13,
the current legal, the criminal side, so I can go after those.
13K.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can go after them for the RICO suit in the civil side. For me, it's like extra things they try to drag. I mean, I'm not even talking about my injury. This is only the expense I have to cover the whole criminal side of defense for them try to put some stupid allegation against me. And they try to do that. The whole thing still drain you down, like
Yeah.
use endless litigation. They have their fund is unlimited, but we have to
Right.
survive. Yeah, their fund is
It's
unlimited.
because they're spending the taxpayer money. Of course, their funds are unlimited. Like,
But think about that. The things I'm going after is something too big for them to fail. You talk about a Arnold Smith scandal, go after people's pension.
so
Even the
you
things
guys,
when
let's, if you can, even if it's just like 5-10 bucks, you guys, let's get him. I mean, 13K is really not that much money in the grand scheme of things. So, but I'm encouraging everyone. Let's get him that 13K because I really have a lot of respect for what Arnold's doing. And we need to, as Americans, as a community, we got to support the parents that are on the front line of this judicial fight that is going on around the country for our parental rights and for the rights of our children. So, and Arnold is one of those dudes. So, yeah.
yeah, there's
Arnold, thank
another
you,
thing.
man.
I mean, other than that, to help me, this is what I can return to this society. I have several federal 1983 suits ongoing right now. All my argument has been posted on the shared website, which is called Court Listener.
Okay.
If somebody is fighting the judiciary, fighting the lawyer and the judge and government in the federal 1983 suit, go read my latest filing, line by line, in the last 6 months. I have the whole toolbox to defeat every government argument. I have the entire case law collection. Read it line by line. Every case law I argued is already there. If you can understand everything I filed in the last 6 months, trust me, you make your local. If you go to battles, you make your local DA and also opposing counsel life like a hell. Right?
All right, Arnold, let's end it there. But can you make sure you text me that a listener link that you're talking about right now? Text that to me real quick because I'm going to add that to the description box as well. And that way, yeah, people have all your information that they need. And that way, you guys, if you're in a case, trust me, read Arnold's stuff, pick his brain, take the opportunity. So
I have.
awesome.
Think about that. I have been dealing with those guys for how many years? 3 years right now. In the federal court, they still have not been able to kick me out, right? If I
Yeah.
can make it happen, that make everyone else can survive. I mean, most of people don't even survive 3 months in federal courts.
Well,
I've been
and they're
survived.
not gonna attack you the way they've attacked you if you're not over the target. It's just that simple. You're obviously over the target, and that's why they're gunning for you the way they're gunning for you because 'cause you're a little too close for comfort. So, all right,
Yep.
Arnold, we're gonna wrap it up here, brother. I appreciate you, man, and let's get you back on the show, dude. I would love to get you back on the show as your case progresses, and yeah.
I have
So
a lot of things to talk about that. Actually, there are a lot of platform is interested, but everything is very intense on the legal side. So I really want people to sit down and to read whatever I'm argue. I made it very clear. I have all the toolbox case law ready to penetrate every defense they have. Those people's defense argument to strike you down if you file a 1983 suit, they are misapplied the law. Read my argument. I know how to penetrate it. So all you need is one good judge who follow the law. It will be good.